So it's finally cooled down for the day. It was baking hot today. So I'm just on the pit walk. There are some new teams which have arrived, which is pretty cool. That's Michigan on the left. They have a very narrow car. I mentioned it yesterday. They're on track today, going very slow around the hairpin. We shall see whether they qualify or not with the figure 8 test. Apparently they can get it 8 times out of 10. Western Sydney Uni have already gone for the day. They're also running today. This team, I can't remember what they're called actually. They've been running around the track today as well. As have these guys. This is Durham. We're actually having a barbecue with them tonight. Pretty good guys and girls. Which have also popped up for the day. This one on the right here actually is Japanese team called Goka. They're actually quite impressive because they're a high school team. The car's, nothing fantastic, it's not terrible, but it's not great. But just they're a high school team managing to do it is quite impressive on its own. A few more teams here. This one just had some issues with the horn actually. It's continuously there and eventually they got that sorted out. A few more teams in here. That's the Turkish team in there. They're quite fast actually. This is us here in our garage, working away. We have had some issues with the suspension today. So our front left suspension was too low, or the shock was too low, so the car left hand side was too low, which basically meant that if we went over a pothole we'd lose our fairing, and be a big impact on the car, and no good. We just have a rather messy important things. Flindor. There's Flinders right next to it, as usual, still going on. Lots of angle grinding and lots of welding going on, which is very concerning. Sophie's been out again today as well, they're still quick. Now, new teams are over this way. That's a nice looking cruiser, I've mentioned it before. They're on track today as well. I think they were decent, but I didn't get a good look at their sort of run. Where's the new guys? New guys, where are you? This is Queensland University of Tech, or Team Arrow, as they call themselves. They've got a 2-seater sports car, solar car, and they're actually planning on selling them after the race. So they're making bespoke cars, all carbon fibre and everything, not quite to race spec. So they're claiming ADR compliance. That I don't think they've actually achieved that yet, but they reckon they're on track. So that's Australian Design Rules compliance, which means that you can have a special car licence to drive it on public roads whenever you like, unlike ours, which you have to get a licence and specify the days you're going to drive it, and you can only get 3 days, I think, booked for each licence at a time, whereas they can get a normal annual licence and drive it whenever you like. This is the race spec one though, which is basically a prototype, so we'll see how they go with that. $250,000 for each one if you're interested. This is ANU, they are Australian National University from Canberra. They are up today as well. Very wide car, very long car, very heavy car, sturdy, shall we say. This is the what they call Sunswift, purple and black car, 4-seater cruiser, also quite efficient looking, very stubby nose as I've mentioned before. Nothing particularly amazing. They were not on track today, although they probably could have been. This here is Iowa State University. They were in Adelaide a few weeks back. I think a few of the guys had a chat to them. There's a lot of flags they've got in their one. So nearly every team actually has, well, it's a bit hard to see in the dark, but flags above their garage. So national flags, university flags, whatever they brought. We've got an Australian flag over ours. We're sharing one with Flinders because Flinders forgot theirs or didn't bring one. So be it. These garages are all reserved by Bridgestone. We picked up our tyres today actually. So Bridgestone finally got themselves set up this afternoon. So we picked up our special solar car tyres, 32 of them, so 8 sets. They all seem in order, I guess, as you'd expect. But we'll see how we go with those. People packing up for the day. This is the Bridgestone hub as well. So all cold water, very important in those vending machines. Yes. So this morning we actually had storms. Wasn't much lightning and thunder where we were, but lots of rain. The campsite got flooded, so I haven't been there yet since it was raining. But I got a photo from some of the guys who were there this morning, and it looked pretty bad. Hopefully, I do know that my swag was covered during it, as was all the tents. Flinders were not so lucky. So a lot of their tents were apparently open, but as yet haven't heard any damage report from them. But from what I have heard, there was probably 1.5 inches or 2 inches of standing water on the ground that couldn't drain away quickly enough. So lots of wet. At Hidden Valley wasn't quite so wet, but it was wet enough that virtually no cars were running in the morning. By about 12 o'clock it started to clear up. The track was still damp, but there was cars running, and then all afternoon sweltering hot. But yeah, that's how it goes. This is where Bridgestone set up to give out our tyres. We've also got a whole bunch of caps as well, which is nice. Or not very nice, it's not very sun smart, but the caps themselves are a nice gesture, I guess. But whenever we're going to be on the road heading out in the outback, I think we'll be using our wide rim hats. Yeah. Caps are not exactly great, but they're good, for keeping the sun out of your eyes, but not if you're going to be out there long. I think that's about it, actually. So yeah, there is a official event tonight, which is at the waterfront precinct in Darwin. That's a filming of a screening of the film Chasing the Sun, or something I think it's called. We are not going. By and large, we all think it looks boring anyway. But we are having a barbecue with Durham instead, who seem like nice guys and girls. And yeah, we've got along with them quite well so far. So we're doing a shed barbecue with them, and also working on the car. So yes, we were scheduled to have track testing today, but that didn't really work out due to a combination of that suspension issue and also a couple of electrical issues. We do have track testing booked in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, I think it is, and also a session at 1:30, so giving us a few hours to sort out any issues that come up there. So fingers crossed we'll be out then. The suspension issues are largely resolved, I believe. The electrical issues are still being worked on by Jake, who's actually done very well for the last, several months really. He's been pulling some pretty long hours. But yeah, overall, it's starting to look pretty good. Always getting closer and closer and closer, but never quite there. So we'll get there. Right, see ya.